Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and this is the journal that I made for my sister. It's all done. I'm going to do a flip through of it real quick. So here's the cover. I did some slow stitching. I used some old buttons of my mom's on here and appliqued some something from a tablecloth, Tim Holtz fabric, a bunch of stuff on here. And I just cut a piece of Hug and Snug, and I'm going to wrap it around these two buttons and tie it. So that's my plan for the closure. And it's closing really good now, but I don't know what's going to happen when I get it to her, because everybody's bringing her pictures and letters, hopefully, and she'll be able to put them in here, but I'm afraid when she does that, it might end up looking like this. So I don't know. We'll see if we have a gator mouth when it's done or not. So here it is. Here's the inside. So I did the circle closure, the old Mac and Betty's Cafe where I grew up in the back of that, and my dad's old paycheck from Foreign Cafeteria from 1939. Here's a title page, and here's just my grandma and her family when she was young, and pocket here when she was young, some poetry she wrote, just some old family photos I think I've shown on the other videos. Here's the first flap with a tag, and pockets, my mom and dad, my mom when she was a baby. The next flap's got me, my sister Pat, my sister Penny, and some old photos, old family photos. Sisters, what's the old restaurant there? I am. I grew up in the back of this restaurant. And another flap. This is Pat's husband, Ken. Another flap, me when I was a baby. Pat and Ken when they got married. Here she is when she's pregnant with her first baby. Mike, and there's the pictures when he was born. And there he is in high school. I did a series of photos, I think I mentioned, black and white, and then I hand tinted them. So they're throughout here on different things. So there's Mike, his baby announcement, baby pictures. This is a pocket. I glued these two pages together to make a pocket. Her second son, Brian, and his baby announcement is a pocket on here. Here's his flap, and you open it up, and there's a pocket there, another picture of those two when they were little. There is a tag with, this is Mark, the third son, tag with his photo and his baby announcement, and pictures of him. There he is in the black and white. Each of those had the same hat. They all had the same hat, and they kept that was kind of the thing that carried it through. Here's Kristen, she's holding the hat, their daughter. And then here's her flap, and pictures of her, pocket. Did stenciling with the stenciling that I did in here. I just kept consistent. I used the vintage photo ink just to kind of give it a little bit more continuity. And pocket, there's Mike when he got married, his wife Kim. There's the whole family. Here's my grandma when she was young. I made a tag out of that. Some more pictures, generations. 2 envelopes. It's got my grandma's a postcard that I did with my computer. I created this collage for these envelopes. Here's Mike's kids. Here's a flip up with more pictures and a tag. And I hand lettered Jenna, Jack, and Mitch on the back of that one. And a pocket here. These are my edges that I've got on my Etsy kit that you use a Cricut for. That's what this is too. There's like 4 of those in there. Here's another tag and some more hand lettering and doodling. And their kids. I did a little velvet tab here. Brian, some more pictures. There's a little side fold here that she can tuck something into. I used napkins and made this ruffle. More of the pictures of the kids and a bulldog clip. And some more pictures. There's a pocket down here. And some more pictures. Here's a paper clip with a little bit of toile on there. And tulle, not toile. I get tulle and toile mixed up. Tulle. Some more pictures. One of Tim Holt's flashcards that says family on it. There's Mike's daughter Jenna as she graduated. And some lace on here, some real lace. There's her wedding picture. Here is a place for little tucks that 4 things can be tucked in. So there's a tag. And this is a slide that's got a photograph. It's a slide of my mom. You can't see it, but if there was white behind it, you'd be able to see it. Let's see if I've got anything. Oh, you might not be able to. Have to hold it up to a light. But anyway, take my word for it. That's my mom. Their babies. Another one where I glued the pages to make a pocket. Another tag and pocket. And these are the kids, and they've gotten married, Mitch and Mallory, and their babies, Lowen and Millie. And here's a altered paper clip with Brian. There's Mark and Mike. And the other side of the altered paper clip's got Kristen. This page shows a book that my grandma tried to write about her childhood. And I printed some of the pictures. I enlarged them and printed them on vellum. You can get vellum that goes through your printer, in case you didn't know that. And here's an altered paper clip with my grandma. And pictures, pocket. And here's the other side of the altered paper clip. Pockets, my dad, another tag with Christy and Kayla. And some more of her stories printed on this page. Some more pictures and pockets. Tag, Mark, Abigail, Christy. We've got Christy, and Kristen in our family. So if it sounds like I keep saying the same name, that's why. And here's a folder that opens up with some pockets for her to put things in. Recipes that I've scanned in that were my dad's. My dad loved to cook, and he was a really good cook, so I put his recipes kind of collaged in here and there. There I am, my sister Pat and Penny. Pocket, pictures. There's Kayla's wedding. Another altered paper clip. The other side's got the baby. There they are holding their kids. Little pocket. Here is here's Pat with that black and white photo with the hat on. And a place for her to put 2 photos. Here's another altered paper clip. And I've got that over that. This is the flap. It opens up, and here's a pocket, and here's a belly band in here made out of Tim Holtz fabric. And I put a ribbon underneath it to tie this all shut. So let me see if I can get this on here. So let's see, this goes first, and then this ties it shut. I wanted to put as much fabric and ribbon in as I could. And there's the other side of the altered paper clip. Photos. Here's the other side of that vellum that I printed out with my grandma and her friend. And there's more photos and a tab. I'm going to let her write on there. Here's a pocket and a pocket. Baby Chloe. Another pocket. And then within the framework, I put this accordion pocket that she can put photos and things in. It's got a picture they had taken where you go and dress up. And so it's an accordion pocket. And then that folds out like this. And I did another pocket like that. This is watercolor paper that I did some eco printing on with flowers out of my garden. And then here's the 3 stack pockets with photos and this tag tucked in here. So that is it. and hopefully she'll have lots of stuff to put in it. And by the time I post this on there, she will already have it, and it will be hopefully a nice surprise for her. So that's it. Let's see. And hopefully I've left enough room for the things that she has to put in it. But that's it, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.